Hey everybody, Derek here, and in this video we're going to be doing a reaction to a post that went somewhat viral in the SEO space. Someone sent this to me about a site that got penalized. I'm going to show you exactly what they said, and we're going to dive into what I think actually happened and what you can take from this case study. So let's go ahead, let's dive in. All right, so this post was originally found on LinkedIn. The gentleman's name is Miguel Pallet, I believe. If I am butchering your name, I apologize in advance. But let's go ahead, let's dive into it. So the post says, we got penalized by Google. A few months ago, we were launching Get Invoice, now Tailride. We went all in on programmatic SEO. We created thousands of pages using AI, targeted long tail keywords we knew our ideal customers were searching for, and it worked for a while. Our first users came exclusively from SEO. We were getting hundreds of clicks and millions of impressions, but then it backfired. Google flagged our domain, pages started getting de-indexed, traffic plummeted overnight. We learned the hard way that shortcuts don't scale sustainably. It was a huge mistake, but also a great lesson, and it's one of the reasons we rebranded to Tailride. If you're experimenting with programmatic SEO or AI content, happy to share our learnings and what we're doing differently now. And you can see here, they have provided a screenshot. You can see getting a massive amount of impressions here. And then all of a sudden you see the drop happened somewhere around February of 2025, February or March of 2025, you see a complete drop. So they're climbing, and then boom, the bottom falls out. Now, what's interesting about this is I see a lot of people that have done something similar to this, and a lot of times the easy out, the cop out is, oh, it's just AI content. This is not the case, okay? So AI content is not causing these types of issues. There's a variety of things that could be going on here, and I'm gonna address these in this video. So the first thing is programmatic SEO. For those of you that may not be aware, what this is they're building a template, so to speak, so it can optimize for content across several different pages. So the pages look very, very similar, and it's just tweaking things out for the particular keyword that they're targeting. So you see these built out in pretty massive pages. A lot of times they're targeting, like what he's saying they targeted long tail keywords with questions. So you see this happening a lot. And with AI content, it's very, very easy to crank these out. So what will happen is you get this big ass list of keywords, and then all of a sudden you just let it run. A lot of times when you do this though, a lot of times the content is super, super thin, or the content can be duplicated where you've got really the same articles just duplicated over and over and over again, just making small tweaks. I found something in the wild of a popular YouTuber that claimed that their AI content got them slapped. And I found this just out in the wild, doing some research or whatever. And I found that they had duplicated the same exact keywords over and over and over again. They were using the same exact keyword in the URL string multiple times, because it was like SEO Huntsville -1, SEO Huntsville -2, SEO Huntsville -3, SEO Huntsville -4. And what that means is they were creating 4 or 5 articles all about SEO Huntsville in this scenario. And so when you do that, the sites may pop initially, but they're not going to stick. So either thin content or it's duplicating the same content over and over and over again. These are the things that I see a lot of times when it comes to using AI content and a method similar to this. The other thing that I would dare say that could be an issue is links. One of the things that when people are launching this massive amount of a site, they forget about links. They just worry about content. They just think, okay, I'm going to build out this content, and I'm going to structure it the right way from, having the keyword in the title, description, and the URL, and then they forget about building out the actual link. So if you've got this thing that's building out thousands of pages, which they said they did right here, we created thousands of pages using AI targeting long tail keywords, and you have 0 backlink profile or a very small backlink profile, this looks unnatural. This is not going to stick. So when you go into this, when you build this out and it's got hundreds or thousands of pages and you have 0 backlinks or you have 0 branding for that particular site, like there's no mention of the site anywhere else, then it's a matter of time before it is going to drop. So some of the things that I would suggest you do if you're going to be doing a method like this where you're using AI content, and I recommend that you use AI content. I think that's the greatest thing. It's been one of the best things that has come for SEO. But if you're going to do that, first of all, you got to get clear on your content plan of attack and know what topics and keywords that you're going to be, like spend some time structuring that so that way you're not duplicating things over and over again. Second thing, you've got to have the content, formatted in the right way, all your, titles, descriptions, and header tags and that sort of thing structured in the right way. But then you need branding across the web. And when I say branding, what I mean is you have a presence across profiles that look normal. Like if you were to Google a company name and a company brand, what are you going to see? You should see their site, but you also should see Facebook profile or their Facebook business page. You're going to see other profiles for the business. You're going to see a Twitter profile. You may see an Instagram. You may see a YouTube. All of these are normal under and what looks normal from the standpoint of Google. And each one of these properties can deliver a backlink every time you create a new piece of content or build a backlink to your home page. So those are some things that are real easy to do, and then start building some links from there. But for the most part, I'm also looking at it and I'm going, what's the problem, right? What is the problem with this chart? You're looking at, you had a solid 3 or 4 months of just continuous growth. So what I would do if I was them, I would replicate this on a completely different domain and try to replicate the whole process over again. And then, but add some links to it, add some additional content to it. I would build out 10 more sites just like this one. So that way, in the event that one drops, you've got 9 others to go. And so if you're doing that, if you're playing this game where you are building out sites like this, and you want to really capitalize, then what you do is you build out more than a single site. So with this, I'm sure they have got a ton of data right now that they could be using from this particular domain, that they could go in and launch a completely separate site and take what they learned from that and then move forward with the secondary site, third site, fourth site, and just keep building these over and over and over again. Because with AI, this is very cheap to do, very inexpensive to do, and it's very fast to do. So that's gonna wrap up the video. I wanted to just touch on a few things. So in the event that you are using AI, maybe you can take some lessons from this when you're building, get your content plan of attack right out of the gate. Secondly, use AI content, but you want to be sure that you are adding some links. One of the easiest ways that you can do links is using my automated links program, automatedlinks.com. This sets up automation rules inside tools like IFTTT, where every time you create a post, it will go out and syndicate to these different properties. That's an easy way to do it. And then next way, you can try some more aggressive approaches to the backlinking campaigns. And then also what I would suggest do is, if you're doing something like this, is instead of blasting all these out at one time, I would drip these out over time to where you're posting 1 or 2 a day as opposed to blasting them all out at one time. So hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to check out the resources in the description below or in the comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.